follow up to this last video that I just made. Should you go to college? Yes, you should. If you're an American, there's a Adam Ruins College. Go watch it. It has a bunch of really legit statistics that he cites. And it's a pretty old video, and there's lots of things in there. But the conclusion of that video, and I agree 100% with this. I didn't used to agree, but I do now. Is that people who have a college degree in America make 30% more at every stage of their career. And that's the stat. And I don't like that that's true. Nobody likes that that's true. But the fact of the matter is, you have to have a college degree if you really want to get past HR and you want to continue to improve your stars and your circumstances. Now, the other conclusion from that video, which I also agree with, is that it does not need to be, a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 debt from one of the highest end colleges out there. In fact, the one thing about colleges, the high end colleges, that is total crap, is that the people at the high end colleges are not good. They're not. There are a lot of 50% of the people who go to Harvard and Yale don't even have to take a test to get in. They don't have. There's no criteria because they're shepherded in because of their parents. And so people that have been like busting their ass to get in there now have to rub shoulders with people that are just there because their parents went there. If seriously, the only reason to go to Harvard or Yale or even MIT is because you know somebody or because you're going to get a better job because the alumni and that whole, that your professional network's going to be much better. You're going to go to Skull and Bones and become a president of the United States. And it is true that getting a job, the trust value of getting a job is immensely elevated based on the alumni that you have. Unfortunately, in America, I think it's absolute bullshit, but that's true. But so you definitely need to go to college. But so many companies have this filter that they won't even talk to you unless you have a college degree. Bosch comes to mind. I actually interviewed a guy working for Bosch. And we went. It was a solar energy thing. We did a field trip there, and one of the guys who had recently been hired from that organization, by that organization, told us, he said, they won't even talk to you unless you have a degree. So there are several layers of, that you have to go through to get a job. And one of those is you got to get past HR. And you're not going to get past HR if you don't have a college degree, not in America. You're not. Most of the time, they're not even going to talk to you. You could have the best thing out there ever, and they're still going to overlook you. Chris Nova comes to mind. The late and awesome, amazing Chris Nova comes to mind. Chris Nova was denied entry into Google because she did not have Hacking Capitalism. Go read her book. It's so sad that she's passed last year, but her story is amazing because she was denied entry into Google because she didn't have all the credentials and everything. And then she proceeded to shame the crap out of Google by producing so much value that she just overwhelmed the whole industry with her awesomeness. And she was giving conference talks on Kubernetes. She was being regularly referred to by the people who created Kubernetes. She became, a kernel contributor for Linux. She did it all. And, but at the same time, she was denied entry into Google because Google, and then when she finally decided that, hey, I should probably get a job a little bit, Microsoft grabbed her right immediately working for GitHub. That's how she was paying the bills right before she passed. So I'm using her as an example because she did go to college, but she didn't go to the colleges that you would think you were supposed to go to. And yes, there are people who are going to deny you entry, and it's going to be a little bit harder. But who cares? Maybe that's good for you because then you're going to end up going to a better place, a place that's not full of hubris and like the worst kind of hubris. So anyway, that's it. You do need to go to college. The end. But go get a degree in Russian or basket weaving. It's about the same value. And then, build yourself out a lab and show that you're trustworthy. You can do that stuff.